This episode of the podcast is sponsored by Clean Cut Barbershop, located on 21 East Kelsey Avenue in Salt Lake City, Utah. To schedule an appointment, visit cleancutbarbershopslc.com. Walk-ins are also welcome. Mention Short Story Bingo and receive $5 off your first visit.
Cheers
now,
one more time.
On to the show!
Nailed it.
Ooh, that's a bingo.
Ah, that it is.
Is that the way you say it? That's a bingo.
You just said bingo. Bingo! How fun!
Episode 46 is in full effect, ladies and gentlemen. This is Short Story Bingo. My name is Nate Chacon III. If this is your first time, welcome. If this is your second time, the retention program is working. What I do on this podcast is I'm a glorified narrator to stories that you might not have ever heard. It's like Audible, sorta. But I have a special guest today. His name is Jazz. Jazz, introduce yourself real quick, sir.
As he mentioned, my name is Jazz. It is nice to be here with you guys. Good morning, evening, or afternoon, depending on where you're at. Pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me, homeboy. Thank
you so much for being on. It's usually let go on Friday, so it's a podcast Friday for these folks that are preparing their weekend.
Good. You should be jamming this podcast, laughing your ass off, drinking a whole bunch, and getting ready for the weekend as it should be.
Or getting ready for work. Either way, man.
Yeah, or work.
Whatever.
Nah, just don't go to work.
No, fuck it, yeah. He also hosts his own podcast, the Below the Flow podcast. That's BELOFLO, and we can pump that a lot more after the
BELO the FLO. Don't forget the the.
Oh, the. That's right.
Otherwise, it'd be below flow.
Below the flow. Below the flow. Excuse me. So yeah, episode 46. Episode 45 though was in the books that I did with Honey herself. Thank you guys so much for listening. I was just looking at some of the numbers again, and on the 25th of August, we got over 800 hits for the podcast across all the platforms. So big ups to all of you guys. You guys are wonderful. It's been a pleasure to continue what we're doing here. I'm not going to start inputting any sort of other ads beyond Clean Cut Barbershop until after episode 50. That's just because, I don't want to clutter it up, but I do have some sponsors knocking on the door that want to see what they can do for my lovely audience and give them some hookups on some websites and so on and so forth. With that being said, we have the random Twitter follower shout out, and today, Jazz, hit him with what people should be following.
All right, so to check out Below the Flow, Twitter, Instagram is at BELO the FLO. Check us out on iTunes, Google Play Music Podcast, everywhere you can get podcasts. But yeah, Twitter, Instagram, BELO the FLO. I
was also on your guys' podcast. I think it was episode 11. We reviewed the Logic album.
You sure were, man. Can I just say that was such a fun time, and I'm glad that I can return the favor and get up here, and hopefully we can do a lot more with that. But yes, we reviewed Logic's album, and that was a really insightful time. We had ups, we had downs, and it was dope. Check it out.
Was good. Yeah, I'm going to include the link in the description, so please check that out along with all of their episodes to get familiarized with the content that they're putting out. Today though, I'm gonna leave you guys with this. We are gonna go back into the serial killer realm because Jazz said that he just recently visited a serial killer museum. What was that again? What was that?
Yes, the Serial Killer Museum in New Orleans.
Okay.
And can I just first off start by saying New Orleans is one crazy motherfucking place, man.
Right.
Oh my good lord, that place is nuts. But yeah, they got that serial killer museum there, just a stone's throw away from Bourbon Street. Check that spot out, and man, it's crazy. So once that came up, I had to say, yeah, let's do serial killer.
So that's what we did today, and that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna leave the name out until just to kind of leave some suspense. So, the top downloaded countries: U.S., U.K., and Canada. Top downloaded states: Utah, Maryland, and Virginia. Big ups to y'all. And let's get into it. Episode 46, Short Story Bingo. Bling.
Short story bingo. Short story bingo. Short story bingo. Short story bingo. Sometimes they're funny and sometimes they're sad. Most of the time they're funny because I hate to be sad. Short story bingo. Short story bingo. Short story bingo. Short story bingo. But don't take my word for it. Spare fingers.
Alfredo Galans used to be a peacekeeper who helped other people. However, something changed in his life and he became the complete opposite of his former self. He would pick a victim at random, shoot them straight in the head, and leave a playing card next to the corpse.
As opposed to crooked.
Causing him to gain the moniker, dun, 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 the playing card killer. Okay, first and foremost, the Joker. Fucking take it easy, all right? What the fuck are you doing?
You had one of those long ass magnums.
Yeah,
desert.
Just shut the I leave you the 8 of hearts. I feel like that's a little random, but also unnecessary to leave a playing card, especially, well, I don't know anything about this cat yet. I'm just, you guys know how I do. I'm just fucking speaking on what I just read. And if there is a rhyme to this reason in the sense of like Son of Sam and how he created these lengthy notes with cut out letters from magazines and journalistic articles, then I might get it. But if it's just him fucking leaving, I mean, it says right here, he would pick a victim at random, shoot them straight in the head, and leave a playing card next to the corpse. There's not much left to be fucking.
I think my obvious question is
sure,
and I'm sure we'll get to it.
Yeah.
Which card?
Is it? Is it the same card? Right.
Well, I'm thinking, is it what Suicide King? Is it the one of the one-eyed jacks? Is it
right?
Is it one of the queens?
What is it? Is he? Never mind. Yeah. His early life. Alfredo Galans, and Galan is spelled Galan. You know what? Let me pull up a picture of Alfredo Galans. Do you already have a picture up of him?
I do.
What does he look like?
That's the first thing. He kind of looks unsuspecting.
Yeah, kind of looks like a regular guy.
I mean, he
Dateline
looks like he
did something on him.
He should probably be wearing a soccer jersey. Let's just say that.
I mean, he
looks like a piece of shit.
Right. I was going to say, he definitely looks like, and I say this all the time when I do these serial killer episodes, is like when you see the guy, like I would see this guy, if I saw him at like, Arby's, I'd be like, okay, he's a foreman somewhere. But because I know that he's a serial killer,
yes.
I'm like, he's a creep.
Right, exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? Like if you like guys that you work with, even you're like, oh no, Tim's cool, and then you find out that Tim, has been doing whatever. I'll spare specifics on cruel fucking things, but
you're giving me some ideas because I do work with a Tim, and he has lived all over the world. He did live in Italy. He lived in Colombia. I'm just saying.
Shit.
But yes,
Alfredo is spelled how it sounds, but Galan is Galan. And there's a ton. You know what? I'm actually going to, now that I see that there are a couple of YouTube videos on here, I'm going to include some of those also within one. You can do your own research beyond that within the description. So cool.
The foreman.
Yeah.
Alfredo the foreman.
Alfredo the foreman. Okay, so Alfredo Galans, born on April 5th, 1978, in Ciudad Real, Spain. In school, there was no trace or indication to suggest he would be a serial killer in the future. He was a normal boy, but at the age of 10, his mother died. Traumatic event. His mother's death impacted Galan greatly. Galan became an introverted child. His father worked long hours and didn't have the time for him. He didn't speak a lot. He was socially isolated by his classmates, and he had problems communicating and expressing himself.
Fucking introverts.
Well, okay. Also,
Serial killers every time.
They can turn out to be fucking neuroscientists also.
I mean, I was an introvert. Were you?
No. I was the
introvert.
class clown, so I was very extrovert.
You were definitely the class clown.
All the time. Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
But I've found in my later years to be more introvert. Mostly after the age of 25, I would say I've become more of an introvert. I think that's what comes like with people like burning you a lot or some shit. I don't know.
All right, yeah.
I don't know. It may be because I was even thinking about that a little bit today about how I don't really fucking maybe it's just at work, maybe it's just a work thing, but I don't like really let people in too much. But like once you get to know me, like I'm the loudest cat in the room.
Oh yeah.
You've met me before.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay, but it goes to say though that this cat wasn't oh shit. I just read a little bit into the next paragraph. Fuck.
His mommy died.
Okay, so in high school, however, oh god, Galan found a way.
Class clown, wasn't he?
Yeah. Galan found a way to gain attention that he wasn't able to receive at home. He became the class clown.
Oh
shit! Something Galan used to gain some self-esteem. He also eventually became the class president. Damn. Okay.
wow.
Yeah.
That threw me off a little bit.
Right.
That sounds like a little bit psychopathic. Sociopathic.
Okay.
It sounds like we have the making of a sociopath here.
What's the name of that cat that killed Versace?
Oh no, I don't know.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
I do. Yeah, I know the
guy who killed Versace. I'm gonna look up this cat. Guy who killed Andrew Cunanan.
They just dropped a
FX.
Was it a movie or a documentary recently?
It was a docu-series.
Docu-series, yeah.
Yeah, but you're right. It was on FX. But that kind of reminds me of Andrew Cunanan. Because I was going to say this, that Andrew, clearly this cat wasn't, killing animals. You know how they say that, like, if you're killing fucking your house cat when you're 7,
right?
That's enough concern for parties involved to be like,
definitely.
Let's take Derek to fucking therapy.
Bro, Derek fucking shot my dog. Well, he's definitely going to need to go to therapy.
Fucking twice.
Luckily, my dog lived.
He made it. Yeah, made it
3
through.
legs, but...
Okay. In September 1998, he joined the He joined the compulsory army service in Spain. He became a paratrooper, brigade corporal, and was sent to Bosnia as part of a peacekeeping force. He was there to perform humanitarian work by helping people who suffered in the Balkan War. Okay. I mean,
Bosnia was a crazy place.
It really was. In 1998, there was a lot of Bosnian refugees that came to Salt Lake City.
Yes, there were. We were friends with them.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
In Bosnia, Galan witnessed many different kinds of suffering. He saw civilians killed by snipers, hunger, and poverty. To his disappointment, he wasn't allowed to join the troops. However, wait, what? He became a paratrooper brigade corporal and was sent to Bosnia. Oh, as part of a peacekeeping force. So I guess he wanted He wanted to...
It wasn't combat.
Right. Okay, so to his disappointment, he wasn't allowed to join the troops.
But he still saw all kinds of horrible acts, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. However, during the course of his service in Bosnia, he became obsessed with guns, figure that, and managed to obtain a Tokarev gun, a weapon not readily found in Spain. Tokarev is Tokarev. I want to see what kind of gun this is.
Sounds Russian.
It definitely doesn't sound anything else.
That's cool if you're looking up. I'm not a Russian. You.
So it's a TT pistol. It's a pistol. TT-33 Tokarev pistol. It's a Russian semi-automatic pistol. Damn. Okay.
It's definitely Russian.
Right. Although he wasn't allowed to use guns due to the nature of his assignment, he felt a certain kind of power when he possessed one. Because he was in the fucking peacekeeping force. So like, yeah, man, I don't know, keep the TT-30 back at the fucking barracks, maybe? He's like, well, I don't know.
Hey, bro, can I get another helping of gravy here?
It's just that I like my gun. I like my TT-30. I like my TT-30. Yeah, we get it, Alfredo. You can drop the accents in this.
Bro, you speak perfect English. Bro.
I know. In this skit, we all speak English, so you can stop speaking the accent. But I like my TT-30. Where it went wrong. Okay, so his work abroad made Galan feel more fulfilled. But in 2003, he was sent to Galicia, together with the rest of his contingent. They were tasked with cleaning up the coastline that had been polluted by an oil spill from a tanker. Galan, who was already disappointed with being sent home, was extremely unhappy to be doing environmental cleanup work, something that he didn't find as significant as his work in Bosnia. I mean, you know, that's a glass half full attitude. I feel like there's a lot of people that would appreciate you helping the environment out, man. He had a number of arguments with his superiors, and he stole one of their cars. There's a lot to unpack with that, I feel like.
Yeah, that's a completely, like, that's where the story turned for sure.
Right. Galan was, but also don't steal my car.
Yeah.
Right. Galan was eventually taken to a hospital where he was diagnosed as suffering from neurosis and extreme anxiety. In an attempt to improve his condition, he was prescribed a number of medications. However, as Galan was an alcoholic, the medications didn't perform as expected.
Okay, there's a lot more going on with this guy at this point. Like, he's stealing cars. He's an alcoholic.
Right.
He's such an alcoholic that he's not interested in pills. Like, what?
He's a peacekeeper. Owns a TT-30.
He loves TTs.
He loves TTs. I love my TT. And doesn't find being environmentally sound as invigorating.
I'm pretty sure my class president is pretty interested in the environment. I'm just,
Right. All right.
A little out of character.
His arguments with his superior... Okay, so we're going to maybe dive a little bit more into this. All right. His arguments with his superiors and his mental state were used as grounds for his dismissal from the army. Okay, that's fine. Soon after, he gained employment as a security guard working at the Madrid airport. Also, what? In his... I would feel like in his paperwork, as far as like in the... like for...
Still in a car?
DD2,
your superior's car?
Well, yeah, exactly. So your DD214 is the discharge paperwork for, the United States Armed Forces.
Yeah.
I would imagine in the paperwork for the Armed Forces in Spain, is it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. That what did they say? Wouldn't there be like he was discharged because of like altercations or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would.
Yeah, let's make him
listed.
a security guard at the airport. That makes the perfect sense, ma'am. Bring your bag. Bring all your bags. Yeah, we're gonna check it out. I got my TT-30 here. Alfredo, we told you not to bring your pistol. No,
God damn it.
I know. I got it. I got it. Ma'am, if you can just turn around. Claudia? No, I know your name.
He puts the pistol on the counter. Claudia?
Yes.
I'm gonna need you to put your bags up here.
But I don't have no bags.
I don't give a fuck. Just put your shit up on the
I
counter.
only have my dog.
Well, I'm known for shooting dogs, bitch, so ask Derek. Derek knows.
Bananale Pedro. Okay, so he becomes a fucking security guard at the airport. All right. Here's some of his crimes that compiled up. While employed at the local airport, Galan's mental state worsened. All the mistreatments and misfortunes played on his mind. It was during this time that he started formulating a plan to kill random people as some sort of revenge on the society who had, air quotes, wronged him. His first murder, Juan Francisco Ledesma. On the night of January 24th, 2003, Galan decided to make his first kill. He spotted a 50-year-old janitor. Oh, man. Named Juan Francisco Ledesma, working at a hotel located near the airport. Galan followed Ledesma into the building and led him to a rather isolated place and then shot him in the head.
Huh.
That's just so fucking dumb to me.
That's pretty anticlimactic. I mean, hey, janitor.
Yeah, like
Half baked. Anybody? Thanks.
Yeah, and crickets. I think that him like killing someone random and to the degree of like a guy just making his living as a janitor, and janitorial specialist. I don't know,
right?
Galan. See, so like. The way that this is worded, Galan followed Ledesma into the building and then led him to a rather isolated place and then shot him in the head. So at some point, they had to, engage in some sort of conversation. Yeah. And he's like, pop over here.
Hey, bro, I got to show you this.
Right.
You haven't seen a TT before?
Dog, have you seen a TT30 before?
Dude, these TTs.
These TTs are fucking... stupid. And, okay, so witnesses claimed that the offender did not look suspicious at all. He was wearing sunglasses and a uniform as he entered the hotel. At this time, the police could not know they had a serial killer in their midst.
Wait.
So witnesses claimed that Galan wasn't, he didn't seem suspicious.
He was there at the scene of the crime. Police are investigating. He just seems like... He's like, hey... I was class president.
No. The witnesses that thought that they saw the two together said that Galan didn't seem suspicious and like his interaction with Ledesma didn't seem suspicious because he was wearing sunglasses and a uniform as he entered the hotel. Also,
it's got to be the daytime, right?
Right. I wear my
shit.
Yeah.
Put my Locs on.
Your what?
I wear my Locs as part of my my podcast. And
is it your podcast etiquette?
It is. Yes.
They're not here. Where are they? Oh, he found them. Good. Thank God.
Don't worry about it.
He got it. Okay. So it may not have been daytime, but I don't know.
Unsuspicious.
They said that.
I mean, shit. If I'm wearing my sunglasses and it's past 5 p.m. and I get approached after a murder occurred, if I was in the scenes and they accused me of it, I'd be like, yeah, makes sense. I was wearing my sunglasses, so.
Right. And a uniform, no less.
Yeah, okay.
Not specific on the uniform, P.S., but a uniform nonetheless. Next victim was the airport cleaner. Okay, clearly something against janitorial workers.
Fuck?
Yeah. Juan Carlos Martin Estacio, who worked in the same place as Galan, the airport. In the early morning of February 5th, 2003. So hold on. So he took 10 days off.
Wow.
Yeah, 10 days between killings.
He's like, bro, nobody suspects me.
January has 31 days, right?
Yep.
Okay, so
30 has no. Well, I don't know that, right?
So divided by 4. So yeah, so 10 days, yeah. In the early morning of February 5th, 2003, Estacio was waiting at the bus stop on his way home. Yeah.
God damn it.
I know.
He's just trying to work
I know,
a fucking
dude.
low-end job. He's taking the bus. He's probably got kids, man.
Yo, I'm just trying to get home.
fucking Galan.
It gets better. But by better, I mean worse.
Right.
Estacio was familiar with Galan, and Galan's presence did not arouse any suspicion or his. Anyway, however, Galan took out a pistol and shot Estacio straight in the head. Galan then left the card, Ace of Cups, a Spanish version of the card, the Ace of Hearts, at the crime scene.
I gotta get my hand on some of these Spanish cards.
Hold up, yo, let's look at a Spanish Ace of Cups. Look up Ace of Cups real quick. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is a card used in Latin suited playing cards. It is the ace from the suit of cups. Okay. So Ace of Cups. Okay, so he left the Ace of Cups. And there's a lot of tarot card.
Okay.
There we go. So he left the Ace of Cups. Okay.
I mean, my respect for the card got elevated a little bit when I saw this.
All right. Look up Ace of Cups, by the way. Okay, so Galan left the card, Ace of Cups, a Spanish version of the card, the Ace of Hearts, at the crime scene. The police said, oh, you know what? Is there a meaning? There has to be a meaning for the Ace of Cups. What's the meaning for the Ace of Cups? There it goes. Ace of Cups, tarot card meanings. Upright is love, compassion, creativity, overwhelming emotion. Reversed, blocked, or repressed emotions. Okay.
And hatred of service workers.
Hatred of service workers.
That's deep, bro.
Yeah. I'm not going to go too much further into it. You can definitely look it up. But okay, so the police didn't have any leads on the cards. Okay. The police didn't have any.
This dude goes around wearing sunglasses. Happens to be at every crime scene.
But he left the Ace of Cups.
The Ace of Cups?
The Ace of Cups. He left it here on Estacio.
He's got a deck of cards and it's 2 Ace of Cups missing.
I'm missing my Ace of Cups.
Why are you missing your Ace of Cups? Why, like, again, in this hypothetical scenario that we're doing in this skit, we all speak English.
Uh-huh.
But I'm missing my Ace of Cups.
Pero
Okay.
he's missing the Ace of Cups.
Okay, why is everyone still doing accents? Okay, so the police didn't have any leads on the cards, and it was the media who gave it importance. Of course, they need something to write. They wanted to figure out what the playing card meant and sensationalize the crime by suggesting a psychopath was leaving his signature at the site of his murders. So to figure out what the playing card meant, just go to your fucking local tarot card reader, right? I mean, 2003, the internet was kind of running.
Oh, man. In Spain, I'm pretty sure you can just go down to the
Or you
local,
just go to the library still?
local plaza.
Yeah.
Sure there's all kinds of tarot card readers at the plaza.
Just like chilling. I will show you what your Ace of Cups mean. Galan read and watched the news diligently, and he liked the idea of leaving his signature on his murders.
So I wonder if maybe this was like purely coincidence that he accidentally dropped his Ace of Cups.
No,
No, it wasn't.
no. It says here that he left the card.
He left the card, but did he intend it in...
Absolutely. Just reading. Yeah, Galan read and watched the news diligently.
That's what I'm saying. He left it, but then afterwards he saw the response. He's like, oh shit, these motherfuckers like that.
Oh, like they...
I'm going to keep doing this shit.
Yeah, it says right here, he liked the idea
Yeah.
of leaving his signature. So yeah, he clearly fucking got his rocks off on that. And from like, my own readings and plenty of, true crime docs that I've watched or whatever, cats like to fucking, see where they came at, basically. And
Yep.
And also, like, arsonists have the same tendency when they come back to a burning house or burning
they
anything.
revisit, of course.
Yeah, to see what, they did. Okay, so this, according to psychologists, made Galan feel important and made him regain his purpose in life to make his name known. Oh, so it goes back to his whole that my mom died when I was 10, and then my dad didn't really appreciate me, and then when I went out to be a peacekeeper in Bosnia, that they didn't even appreciate me so much, and that I wanted to join the army, but they would have let me fucking join the army, but I got me a TT-30, and so I'm gonna fucking show them. Alfredo, put down the TT-30. Okay, I'll put down the TT-30 for now until I become a security guard at the fucking airport. So that's what this. Okay,
Yeah.
I gotcha.
And by the way, fuck service workers.
God. All right, so here goes the next one.
I swear to God, if this next victim is a maid, I'm gonna just hate this motherfucker.
A maid.
Oh my God.
No, it's not. No.
Jesus.
Okay, but
I
it's
hope it's a
two
fucking
people.
banker.
It's two people. Okay, so on the same day, February 5th, Galan went to a bar near his home. So after he kills Estacio, he's like, you know what? Need a drink. There he saw 17-year-old Mikel Jimenez Sanchez, the son of the owner of the bar, and Juana Dolores Ucles Lopez, a waitress at the establishment. Not
Fucking-
public service worker, but
That's a service worker.
it's a service worker. He shot Lopez directly in the eye, and the woman, so the waitress, and the woman instantly died. He then shot Mikel Sanchez in the head. He then left the Two of Cups card behind. So what's the Two of Cups? Let's look up the Two of Cups.
So he started with the ace,
Right. Ace
and
of
now
Cups.
it's the two.
I wonder if he's just going through his deck right now and he's like,
He's
I
like,
don't
bro, got no more aces.
Okay, so let's just look at the meanings.
Oh,
Oh my god.
after seeing this and knowing that he got a guy and a girl, I'm kind of respecting the creativity aspect of it. I like it.
So upright, keyword meanings for this tarot card is unified love, partnership, attraction, and relationships. Reversed is breakup, imbalance in a relationship, and lack of harmony. How does that even... But that doesn't apply here.
Well, I mean, the only thing that I see is the guy and the girl, and the Two of Cups. They're holding cups and they're facing each other.
Maybe.
He's at a bar,
Okay.
They got
so there's
cups.
cups.
There's a guy and a girl, and
The meaning behind it is a lot of relationship filled. Either if it's up, it's good. If it's bad, it's tumultuous. Okay, I gotcha.
we'll see what the number 3 looks like.
Right. Okay. Mikel Sanchez's mother was also shot multiple times, but she survived. So that's
Whoa.
yeah. So okay, so he shot Lopez, the waitress, in the eye. She died. And then shot Mikel Sanchez, or Jimenez Sanchez, the 17-year-old, in the head. He died. And then he left the Two of Cups card behind on, where they were at. Oh, I see what you're saying as far as the creativity with them. Okay, so because there's two of them.
Yeah.
Okay. My bad. I didn't connect that. Okay, and then Mikel Sanchez's mother, the 17-year-old's mother, was also shot multiple times, but she survived. Okay. Naturally, the bar was crowded, and there were a lot of eyewitnesses.
What? This was in the middle of a crowd?
Yo. Okay.
What?
Yeah, dude, that's like some American fucking gangster shit. Who gave a rough a rough description of the killer, but all were vague and inconclusive. What are you talking about? Crowded? There were a lot. Eyewitnesses? Generally, that should equal to not vague, concise.
Yes, exactly.
Conclusive, and exact descriptions.
Nate, let me ask you this.
Okay.
Do you kind of feel like if you were in a place where a murder occurred,
Okay.
that you could pretty well describe the dude that committed the murder if you saw, I don't know, him shoot somebody?
I'd like to say yes. Now, having said that, because I know the telephone game too well,
Yeah.
I think that I would miss some details. And definitely I know that's true because I just dealt with like a matter with this guy that fucking pulled a knife out on me and my roommate a year and a half ago. And it was difficult to like recount in the moments.
I agree with that.
Like even at the time it happened. So I'd like to say that I could. I ask you the same question. Do you think that you like, I don't know. And before you answer, I want you to like try to recant to a time frame, hopefully within, soon time frame or whatever, that you're like, yeah, he was definitely wearing this, and this. Or would there be like, it might have been blue, it might have been red?
Yeah. The answer to your question is yes. I feel like I could very accurately depict a description of a circumstance that happened and be very clear with the interviewee, or interviewer, I should say, that I am unclear on details X, Y, and Z, but details A, B, C are absolutely unsure.
Okay. I agree with you. Well, okay. I appreciate that. Because there were definitely details of said incident that I was referring to that I was like, okay, well, for sure, this happened, and this happened. The intricacies of in between that, I could be a little I could be paraphrasing some parts, but he for sure did this. I can show you on me where he did that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But, or like,
I feel
he
like
was 6'2",
a bar crowd.
Fucking, he had a brown jacket, that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like descriptive properties.
He was
I feel
black.
like I could do.
He was black for sure.
He was black.
I'm sorry. Hey.
He was whatever color he was. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, like he was that color. His mustache sucked. He's fucking,
oh yeah, if
definitely
his
looks
mustache
unkempt.
sucked.
Like, look, whatever. He ordered one too many shots of Old Crow, which is super weird because we never fucking serve Old Crow here.
Yes. Can I just point out that you said unkempt with an M, and that is definitely an incorrectly used word as unkept. Thank you for pronouncing that correctly.
Yeah, unkempt.
Very well.
Thank you. Peace out to Sean Kemp as well. Shit. Okay, so again, I'll just reread that. Naturally, the bar was crowded, and there were a lot of eyewitnesses, and who gave a rough description of the killer, but all were vague and inconclusive. However, because of that incident, the police were able to obtain a sample of the bullet casings and identify the weapon used as a Tokarev pistol. I'm going to start calling it a TT-30. In the story here, it's called the Tokarev, but it's the TT-30. So they got the casings, so they're at least piecing things together, even with vague descriptions. On March 18th, 2003, so we went from February 5th to March 18th. There's 28 days of February, 23, 18, 10, 41 days in between. On March 18th, 2003, 41 days. That's a long day. That's a long time.
Yeah.
Galan went to a park in Arganda del Rey, a place which is virtually free of crime. The time of the crime seemed to be planned, since it was at the time of day that the football match between Madrid and Moscow ended. There were fireworks everywhere in order to celebrate Madrid's victory. Galan hid in the dark shadows of the bushes until a Romanian couple, George and Diana Magda, passed by. He left the shadows and immediately shot George in the head. His wife, Diana, cowered as the gun malfunctioned when it was her turn. However, Galan still managed to shoot her in the head and arm. The couple were left unconscious, and the cards, the 3 and 4 of cups, were left beside their bodies. You guys know what we're going to do now. Looking up the 3 of cups first. Let's take a peek here.
Can I just point out the inconsistency of now he's leaving one card for each victim when previously he did not do that?
So I wonder, okay, so I wonder if there's no consistency with the meanings behind the actual cards, and if he's just going through like Ace of Spades, King of Spades, Queen of Spades, Jack of Spades, 10 of Spades, 9 of Spades. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, before this murder, though, I was feeling it was a little bit artful.
Right.
And it's a little less artful.
Right. I just felt like he grabbed a suit and he's like, I'm going to just run down the line of said suit. I'm glad, because of my OCD, that he didn't go like,
oh, God,
2 of cups,
9
of cups.
Oh, if he would have jumped around, I would have
7
been
of
mad.
cups. Oh, God. Like, 2 of spades, then you go 8 of spades. You're like, there's no rhyme or reason to it. Now I'm super confused. I've been confused. Okay, so but the 3 of cups, when it's turned up, it's celebration, friendship, creativity, community. When it's turned around, it's an affair, 3's a crowd, stifled creativity. I'd argue that when 3's a crowd, creativity becomes a little bit more prevalent. Let's look up the 4 of cups. Again, cup half full, cup half, whatever. Cup half empty. All right.
That's it, huh?
Okay, so the 4 of cups, upright, meditation, contemplation, apathy, reevaluation. Turned around, boredom, missed opportunity, being aloof. Okay, well, I just don't think that either of these people embodied these, but I also don't know these people. They could have other things going on.
Doesn't sound like he knew him very well.
Doesn't sound like he but also his gun jammed. That had to be stressful.
Yeah.
Like in that moment, I like, she's like, oh shit. And then the gun fucking, and she like tries to run. He's like, my bad, I got it. Boom, boom, boom.
Did he still got her in the head?
Oh yeah, I got it. Managed to shoot her in the head and arm.
Man,
so that was frantic shooting. So if because everything
and the
up
arm,
to
yeah.
So up to this point, it's been like a shot in the eye, head. It's all been head. Okay. The people in the square thought that the gunfire came from the fireworks, but they found the couple lying on the ground minutes after the fireworks ceased. The bullet casings were also nowhere to be seen, and the police assumed that the killer had picked them up before he fled. He didn't. These are some of the survivors. Though hit with a fatal shot to the head, Diana Magda survived. That's the wife of that couple. She was initially in an ICU and her condition deemed to be dangerous and unstable. However, she soon recovered. In the early hours, we're going to go through some of the survivors and their stories, and then it's going to go into the investigation. In the early hours of March 7th, 2003, 27-year-old Eduardo Salas and his friend, 29-year-old Anahid Castillo Ruperti, was walking home, passing a deserted street. Galan came out from the dark and pointed the pistol at Salas's head. The gun jammed. Okay, look, at this point, are we cleaning our weapons?
I know, man.
Like, what are we...
Isn't that standard training when you're in the military?
Let's clean our weapons.
Number one.
March 7th. Hold on. So when did this happen? March 18th. So 11 days before the second, the one we just spoke about with George and
Magda.
Yeah, Magda. Her last name is Magda.
Right,
yeah,
that was the last name.
So, but 11 days before that, his gun jammed again.
Oh, wait a second.
So 11 days later, his gun jammed again. So his gun jammed in two different... Yeah, so like, how are you not checking your pieces? Making sure... In the early hours of...
What's that credo? My gun is my...
My gun is
what
my...
They say?
You know what? Let's look that up.
My gun is my... What?
My gun is my... Hold on.
My gun is my penis. Oh, wait. Is that wrong?
This is my rifle.
Oh, yeah.
There are many like it, but this one is mine. My rifle is my best friend. It is my life. I must master it as I master my life. Without me, it is useless. Without my rifle, I am useless. I will fire my rifle true. I must shoot straighter than my enemy who is trying to kill me. I must shoot him before he shoots me. I will. My rifle and myself know what counts in war, not the rounds we fire, the noise of our burst, nor the smoke we make. We know that it is hit that we know that it is hits that count. We will hit. My rifle is human, even as I, because it is my life. Thus I will learn it as a brother, learn its weaknesses, its strengths, its parts, its accessories, its sights, and its barrel. I will ever guard it against the ravages of weather and damage. I will keep my rifle clean and ready, even as I am clean and ready. We will become part of each other, we will. Before God, I swear this creed, my rifle and myself are the defenders of my country. We are the master of our enemy. We are the saviors of my life. So be it until there is no enemy but peace.
I kind of feel like Alfredo never learned that.
Yeah.
Damn it, Alfredo. You
God,
would have just learned the creed.
just figure out that you got to fucking...
I kind of feel like that's a failure on the Spanish military's part, right?
No, because he wasn't allowed into he wasn't allowed into the actual army.
Oh.
Remember, he was a peacekeeper. He wanted to...
Oh, yes, okay, yeah. That's why his fucking rifle... Maybe the Spanish military does teach him that.
Well, so, I mean, it obviously worked fine, and then it didn't. So, okay, so Galan, came out from the dark and pointed the pistol at Salas's head. The gun jammed, and the two supposed victims escaped. In an interview with Salas, he claimed that he saw the killer's face perfectly and described him as a Spanish man who was dark-skinned and tall in height. So, given his best.
And looked like a foreman.
The investigations into the killer that identified himself with playing cards continued to grow. Hold on, before I get into this, we got to remember, ladies and gents, this is early 2000s, so this is like when technology is definitely taking a huge jump from the 90s. Like in the 90s alone, you had, I guess the best example I could use is like OJ, in the sense that forensic studies were still like a work in progress. And
I mean, DNA at that point took months.
Right.
Like 6 months, maybe a year.
Right. And so early 2000s, this is post 9/11, so the world has been shocked. I find it a little shocking that it took, I don't know how long it took for them to catch him yet. Obviously we don't know. I'm with you on the same page here. But if it took less than 6 months, that's impressive. If it took less than a year, I get it. because it's still early 2000s, and as much as technology has shifted, there's still like, it's kind of like, I don't know, man. There's a lot of wild west feel with crimes being committed today.
Yeah.
That in early 2003, this is 15 years ago, man. And it's like, at that time I felt safe. But now that stories come out about things and shit that was going on at that time, you're like, holy fuck, like it was still like murky.
Yeah, 2003 is definitely not modern day.
Thank you.
There's no question about that in my eyes.
Right. The investigations into the killer that identified himself with playing cards continued to grow. The pressure on the Spanish government and the police to produce a result was largely fueled by the media. I mean, for good fucking purpose, I suppose. Like, hey, find the guy, man.
There's a fucking serial killer out there throwing.
Find the guy.
Cups. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of cups. Yeah, that's
find the guy.
That's pretty media relevant.
The public were starting to panic about the serial killer who was still on the loose. And I don't think that there was a lot of I don't think of Spain when I think of serial killers.
No.
The largest clue that the police had so far, excuse me. Okay. Let me read that differently. The largest clue that the police had so far was the make of the gun used in the murders. The TT-30 is not a common weapon in Spain, so they deduced that the killer was a foreigner. You're not wrong.
No, man.
Or someone who had worked abroad. So you're right there. As the other killings had occurred during broad daylight, by the way, there were a number of eyewitnesses who gave a description of the man. The identity of the killer, though, was confused, as Galan was variously described as having a beard, cleanly shaven, and having a thick mustache on different occasions and by different witnesses. The picture that you pull up, the first one is he just has a mustache, and he's clean shaven beyond that. Although it was difficult, the police released an announcement to all the witnesses to the killings of the playing card killer to come forward. Descriptions from about 300 people were collected. I bet 289 came from that bar.
Yeah.
And then collated in an effort to narrow down the real description of the killer. Was there
he's definitely watching the media. He knows that people are after him at this point.
Right.
I'm wondering how much farther this goes.
I think his sensation and what he's feeling in regards to his own ego, based on his want to make a stamp just like in our lifetime, is being solidified by the media. And that happens way too often. And it's difficult to not have it be a thing because these are very
it's impossible to not have it be a thing because
it's monumental things like the Columbine killers. As long as you don't want to we can say all day let's not glorify. It's very difficult not to say the Columbine killers and not seek out the names of the people that they killed. That's as raw as that is, even for me to say. It's just
human nature. And
so, yeah, he's for sure getting his rocks off for this.
Do you think he's approaching his climax?
No, not at all.
He's ready to go for more.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, fucking, man. Jesus, man, that guy.
Psst, I'm just reading this next part. Watch this.
Is the next guy's name Jesus?
Is it?
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so in an error, and they close. Okay, as the investigation continued, Galan tried to kill 3 more people, and oh my god! As the investigation continued, Galan tried to kill 3 more people, and he curiously left the 2 of Cups card behind each time.
Oh, man.
So
Nate's
what is
OCD is going crazy
Oh
right
my
now.
god, dude! Like, why would you?
No, just no. I have no respect for that decision.
3 times in a row, and you leave the same card?
After you are already starting to go up.
Oh my god! Stop.
Yeah.
For months, the police had no clear lead to the identity of the killer who had left playing cards on his victims' bodies. The psychiatrist who later analyzed Galan assumed that he was frustrated that the police were so incompetent in finding him and that they didn't even come close to capturing him. On July 3rd, 2003, Galan surrendered himself to the police.
What?
Let me read. The psychiatrist who later analyzed Galan assumed that he was frustrated that the police were so incompetent in finding him and that they didn't even come close to capturing him. So he was like, yo, what the fuck, man? I'm leaving all these cards and no one can find me still? So July 3rd, 2003, Galan surrendered himself to the police. July 3rd, keep that in mind. Let's go back to the first killing. January 24th. Let's just go from February 1st up to July 1st. So that's 28. How many days are in March?
30.
58. How many days are in April?
27 and a half.
Right. So that's not real.
Oh, wait.
Days between... Hold on. I got you right here.
Okay.
I got you right
30.
here. So start date is January. Let's make sure. January 24th.
Alexa. How many? Oh, wait.
Fuck, I don't got my Alexa down here. July 3rd. $160 days. Okay. So it took 160 days, and he's the one that like closed the case on himself.
Wow.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like he could have just kept shooting people. This is direct quote, straight in the head.
Straight in the head. I don't disagree with you. I think that, I mean, they obviously weren't they weren't even close, and the folks that were describing who he was were doing terrible with their fucking descriptions. So I don't,
This guy,
I'm being serious when I say it. Like I just find it really, just bad police work.
that sounds like just garbage police work.
Garbage.
I mean,
and also like a lot of folks that just don't notice a guy that's like he's 6'2", I think he's like a taller dude. Like
you notice, everybody knows this is a 6'2" guy. I mean, it's just natural instinct. I know that because my brothers are both tall motherfuckers.
Sure.
They're the first people to get noticed as soon as we walk in.
Right.
No matter where we go.
And then to have 300 different, eyewitness reviews. Yo, man. Figure it out. Probably one.
He's using a Soviet pistol.
Yeah, man.
There's not a whole lot of people that must have. I mean, this is not the U.S.
I'll say this. Their deduction of saying like either someone that's a foreigner or someone that's gone traveled abroad. Okay, that's a. I can float with that deduction because like okay, well the TT-30 is not fucking normal here. So all right, I get that.
But it's not the U.S. Like there can't be a whole lot of Spanish people that love TT-30s.
Right.
There can't be a whole lot of them.
At all, man. So, what? Also? Okay, so when he went to the police station, Galan, who was intoxicated,
Like,
it just rolled in. All right, look.
I've been drinking. I've been drinking.
Hi. You know playing card, Kelly? 1 cup, 2 cups, 3 cups, rock. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock, rock. It's me. That's me. And you guys the bathroom? 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Sir, you reek, sir. And if I get when I woke up in the morning, I said, do I kill someone?
I've got to get a little bit of Eddie Murphy's Puerto Rican accent from
that.
Is a little bit coming to maybe not.
A little bit. So when he went to the police station, Galan, who was intoxicated, claimed to be the playing card killer. Thanks, media, for giving them that. However, he was dismissed. Okay.
If he kills somebody else after this.
Oh my god. Okay, however, he was dismissed by the officers thinking that he was one of the usual drunks of the neighborhood who was aiming to annoy them. 1 cup, 2 cup, 3 cup. Okay, look, can we someone please get him out? Because fucking... No, I got it. 1 a cup, 2 a cup, 3 o'clock. Yeah, no.
Okay.
No, I see your cards here. I know that this one has blood on it. I get it. But just get out of our... it was me. It was me.
You look and get me?
You ain't gonna look at me. You can't touch on me. Can't look at me. I have a TT-30. A Tocare pistol, man. I don't know why he just went super Cuban.
Yeah,
like,
so Cuban.
Just super Scarface. I don't know why I have a TT-30, man. Okay, someone escort him, please, fucking out, because in this skit, still, we all have regular accents except for him. I don't know. Hold on. Galan came back a few hours after.
No.
When he was quite sober. Okay. Pull together. Alfredo.
Well, if he's that drunk, I don't know if he's that
I know,
sober.
like, Alfredo, pull together. Pull together.
Pull it together, okay.
All you gotta do, don't show him your cards, because that's crazy.
Oh, shit. Was that a pun right there?
Oh, it was, and I didn't even want it to be.
Thank you. Don't show him your cards, Alfredo.
Don't show him your cards, Alfredo. Don't show him your cards. You're better than that. And be sober. Be a sober. Be a sober. 1 a cup, 2 a cup, 3 a cup. You want to see my gun, man? And my gun is my dick. Okay, sir, please get back out. Please leave again.
God damn it.
Galan came back a few hours after when he was quite sober and again confessed to killing people using a TT-30 and leaving a card by their side. This time around, the police gradually came to believe that he indeed was a serial killer.
Well done.
Oh, okay. You know what, Rick? Fuck you. First off, you don't make coffee right. But yeah, come over here. Yeah, we're gonna. No, just sit down. I get it. You're the serial card killer. Yeah, I get it. You're the playing card.
I believe you.
No,
I believe you.
I don't. You know what, Rick? I told you I don't believe him the first time he fucking came in here, and you keep talking about me and my fucking family. I know my cousin has a problem. I know he has a fucking problem. Yeah, no, just sit over here. No, just sit right here. Just right here. I don't know if I should leave. Like, do you guys have a problem? No, I said to sit right here. Rick, I fucking am so serious. I am so serious. Yeah, no, just sit right here. We'll be to you in a second. This time around, the police gradually came to believe that he indeed was a serial killer. When asked about one small detail of the crimes that the police hid from the public, okay, good, to be able to verify his identity, he answered that there was an ink blot at the back of each card. He was correct. During his trials, Galan confessed to killing 6 people and injuring 3. He said that he wanted to feel what it was like to kill. He also eerily confessed that he wanted to be polite before he killed his victims. He would say hello and request the person to kneel. Jesus. Just execution style. According to Galan, politeness was very important. Yeah, okay. However, in some days of the trial, he changed his statements quite unconvincingly, saying that he wasn't the killer. What? That's a really confusing mind to me. You gave yourself up. Did you realize in the cell, like, oh, fuck,
It's
man.
like, bro, I fucking drank too much last night.
I should not have did that.
Ooh, shit.
So are you the playing card killer, fool?
Now his
Hey, fool. Hey, fool.
his cellmate's mixing.
Yeah, hey, fool. Fools around here are saying that you fucking walked up in the station, fool. Yeah, I did. I regret it right now. Right now, I regret it because I have 3 Hot Pockets waiting for me at home.
Hemorrhages.
And all they have here are green beans and I think it's veal. I think it's veal. It's veal, fool.
Definitely have Phil.
It's veal, fool. That's fucking crazy, eh? I wouldn't have fucking gave myself up. I just would have used an ace of bowls instead, eh? I would have went into a different utensil or part of silver, ace of forks, fool. Kept using the cups, fool. You're right, Manuel. My newfound friend. Oh my God. He said that he wanted to feel like what it was like to kill. He also eerily confessed that he wanted to be polite. Before he killed his victims, he would say hello and request the person to kneel. According to Galan, politeness was very important. However, in some days of the trial, he changed his statements quite unconvincingly, saying that he wasn't the killer. He claimed that a Nazi soldier threatened to kill his sisters. If Galan did not admit to the crime. That's not real. The judge, however, did not accept this excuse because it's not real.
Yeah, it's just...
That's so... a Nazi soldier threatened my... Come on, bro. This is 2003.
Donald
Did
Trump
you just
didn't
hear
even
the
fucking... He wasn't
right?
even in the military.
Did you just hear? It was a Nazi soldier. So that's assuming that there are Nazi soldiers
in Spain.
That's still okay. Look. Also, wait. Fucking no. There are no fucking Nazi soldiers.
There aren't any.
Let's look at the
exist.
time. When did World War II end? I think it was 1946. Excuse me. Oh, ended 4 days ago. 55.
Carry the one.
55 plus 18, 10. 4 days ago, 83 years ago. No, 63 years ago in 1945. 73 years ago. Excuse me. September 2nd, 1945. Okay. Wait, also, just really quick, weird. World War II was from September 1st, 1939 to September 2nd, 1945. Not sure what was in the air in fall. Thanks, Phil Collins. Fuck you. That's a really weird thing to say. He claimed that a Nazi soldier threatened to kill his sisters if Galan did not admit to the killings. The judge, however, did not accept the excuse. Alfredo Galans was charged with 6 counts of murder. This is about where we wrap up, ladies and gentlemen.
Number 6.
Alfredo Galans was charged with 6 counts of murder and 3 counts of inflicting grave injury. He was sentenced to serve 142 years in prison, very specific number. A number of psychiatrists and evaluators were very interested in Galan's case, and an analysis of his behavior long after his murders indicated that joining the army made Galan feel important. Okay. However, he felt that he hadn't proven himself enough when he was sent back to clean up an oil spill without ever having used a gun at war.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I mean, get over it. Finish up your fucking time, and you can play with guns after.
But, I mean, most importantly, I think the lesson to be learned
I'm being
here,
serious. I'm not even fucking being funny about it.
Well, I mean, you were in the military. I guess you can relate to
Just
that.
figure the shit out, bro.
But most importantly, don't ever trust your class president.
Oh, my God.
I think that's the lesson we all need to learn here.
I think ultimately what we need to...
It's a proven statistic. 20% of class presidents
It's a proven statistic that 1% of your class presidents. No, that's yeah, no, but also like there's okay, in reading about all serial killers in general, I feel beyond like the big heavy hitters like Ted Bundy, Ted or Ed Gein, John Wayne Gacy. I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about. There's certain aspects that they present as they're growing up, i.e. killing animals as they're growing up, exhibit introvert behavior, are destructive class presidents, class clowns. John Wayne Gacy literally was a clown. Dubbed the killer clown. I don't know, it's, I think we fail to realize, and I mean, we're kind of getting deep into this before the end of it, because this is the end of it is about the part where, I start to really dig deep, but I think it's very difficult to just watch, people around you if they're getting weird or something, you know what I'm saying? Like I've definitely had people in my life where I've even been like, yo, man, this guy's feeling the tilt, like you think that something might be going down a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people that kill, and there's a lot of serial killers that are doing serial killer shit on gang level shit.
That's a good point.
Like killing people on like guys have, and it's mostly guys because men, we just have testosterone, and testosterone is a hell of a drug. And there are folks that are out there that have 20 bodies under their belt and no one knows who they are. And it's just because they don't leave fucking playing cards behind, and they don't need that recognition. They just are doing what the fuck they're doing. They don't need to fucking bury dead kids' bodies under their fucking basement.
I mean, that's a good question though. I mean, is a murder victim and a murderer the same thing if it's an unsuspecting victim versus, I don't know, a victim of gang or drug violence? Is it the same thing?
Yes. In my opinion, and I don't want to argue opinions, but I mean,
I share that opinion as well.
I absolutely think so. I think.
I mean, Whitey Bulger is one of he's killed. I mean, he's up there with.
Right.
He's in the ranks of some of the most murders ever occurred by a person. Right. And it's you're absolutely right. Is that the same thing? It's for some reason oddly I like that you say unsuspecting victim. I like that you say unsuspecting victim. Continue with that though. Go ahead. Yeah, I mean, I was just saying that it seems a little different. I mean, he might have been killing criminals in a lot of cases, but
isn't he a criminal? Like, I mean, is there a Robin Hood aspect? Like, and we obviously I feel like I'm not going to get into the Robin Hood thing as far as like the deep psychology of why that fucking story was even made and how people fucking grasp onto that and think that they're like Pancho Villa is like the Robin Hood. No, man, Pancho Villa fucking sucked, and he killed so many people, so many fucking people, and like, is he not a serial killer?
That's a great question. That's pretty. So
we lump Jeffrey Dahmer into there because he just happened to fucking have, and this is terrible still, that he happened to have bodies inside of a fucking in his fridge, but Pancho Villa is revered. I don't know. There's a certain disconnect, and I'm kind of getting passionate about it right now because it fucks with me because this guy didn't grow up beyond his mother dying at 10. I knew this guy that his mom died when we were like 7 years old. It was like we were like second grade. It was like the first week of second grade.
Dude, he used to fuck with Derek all the time, man. He fuck with Derek's dog.
But he, that kid didn't fucking turn out like weird. I mean, I don't know what he's doing. He might be.
I don't know.
I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know. But
yeah, Derek.
But ultimate point that I'm making is that there's a I don't know. There's a weird way to. We just look at guys like Lucky Luciano as like a mob boss, and not a mob serial killer or psycho maniac.
They're both murderers, but
Right.
there is a bit of a sliding scale there. I mean,
How?
I feel like there's a bit of a sliding scale.
Because of
Just the same way as if you
their-
kill somebody as a result of protecting your family, it's a different thing than
100%.
killing somebody as a crime of passion, right?
100%.
That's a sliding scale, just the same way that, I don't know, somebody...
Alfredo Galans killing 2 people in their head, as compared to Lucky Luciano taking out 4 people with his Tommy gun.
Killing them in their head as opposed to killing them in their body.
Well, what's okay?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. All right. Either way, that was a good.
I mean, what I'm saying is that it's a bit of a gradient, but it's not like...
Right.
I mean...
Right. No, I totally get what you're saying.
If you're a murderer, you're a murderer.
Right.
And you're guilty of the crime of murder.
So it's okay. So just to kind of put a bow on this, because we're doing what we would do at the end. Also, we're gonna interview you here shortly. But is serial killer a contrived fucking thing to give people, like, as far as the title? Or should people just be like, are they murderers and they're just murderers? Is serial killers just should serial killers just be like literally at definition base, like they killed people in a serial manner, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 type of thing,
For the purpose of killing.
Got it. Okay.
And experiencing the experience of killing somebody.
So Lucky Luciano's a serial killer.
I think he has a bit of a serial killer vibe to him, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree totally. I just know that he's not considered a serial killer. He's not, like, if there's serial killer lists, there's no mob dude on that list.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
I absolutely understand that. Yeah.
So why not? And I don't want to get. I don't want to expand too far into that. I want the listeners. I want you guys to, like, kind of fucking go into that and maybe talk with your friends about it, because that's absolutely a conversation that is like, yo, man, do you know? Like, after listening to this, being like, yo, man, like, just as like fucking water cooler talk. Have you ever thought about, like, Al Capone not being considered like one of the top 10 serial killers?
I feel like Al Capone probably put himself in a position or two where he got the opportunity to kill somebody.
Sure.
For the purpose of killing him, right? So I kind of feel like, yeah, he might deserve to be... It might be fitting that he's in that category.
I feel like Al Capone is, or excuse me, I feel like Lucky Luciano
more than
I feel
Al
like
Capone,
Lucky
I'd say.
Luciano is far more dangerous than Jeffrey Dahmer. I feel like Lucky Luciano is far more dangerous than Ed Gein. I feel like Lucky Luciano is far more dangerous than John Wayne Gacy. I feel like Lucky Luciano is far more dangerous than Alfredo Galans. I feel like Lucky Luciano is far more dangerous than the dude that did the Virginia Tech joints.
Okay. If you're talking about danger in a physical sense, I think yes, that's the case. But if you're talking about
I don't know how in
danger,
comparison to body stature of Alfredo Galans to Lucky Luciano, I'm sure that Alfredo Galans was bigger than him. I'm talking about dangerous in the sense of, like, snap, I'll fucking kill you.
yeah. But I feel like there's a totally different kind of danger when it comes to,
Putting people in your fridge?
well, no, society, to fear, exposing, communities to fear.
Got it.
I feel like that's one of the most dangerous things there is, which is exactly why politics can be such a dangerous game. Exposing a community to fear is very, very powerful. More powerful, I would say, than any threat of physical violence.
Okay. I mean, I
That's
feel
pretty
like
deep.
that's I was going to say, well, I feel like that's a tangent
Total
on
tangent.
what we're talking about, and I you and I can keep going. This is why this fucking episode is going to have to go another one at some point. We're going to do another one. I'm telling you guys right now, we're doing another one.
Soon.
But ultimately, I think that the ultimate conversation that I'm feeling is, what is like truly, like what is a serial killer? Like true crimes, like there was those people, the two folks that buried their kid. Just just there are the Cleveland Strangler that happened recently. And that guy just seemed demented. That guy could have been taken out by Lucky Luciano. And I'm only using Lucky Luciano as an example. There are plenty down the line. I feel like
Lucky Luciano's a good example for that, though.
Yeah, so like I'm just using him.
He's definitely a psycho. He's definitely
psycho, dude.
Yeah.
Like over 40 people that he's killed. Like a lot of people. I mean, I'm putting a number, but a lot of people. Like I don't know if it's 40, but it's a lot of people. Like over 10. I know that. You know what I'm saying? Like. He definitely wasn't doing the same shit that the Cleveland Strangler. The Lucky Luciano was fucking like sleeping in suites and shit. The Cleveland Strangler was sleeping in his fucking dirty ass Cleveland ass house. And not to say anything about Cleveland, but his dirty ass Cleveland ass house with fucking bodies rotting around him, like just smelling. Like that's not something Lucky would do. He would just kill people and be like, yeah, they can figure it out. I'm out.
Yeah,
that's fucking gnarly to me to think about that he's not considered a serial killer. Anyway, all right. Back to Alfredo Galans. That was dope, bro. Thank you for that fucking interaction right there. That got me fucking going. All right. A number of psychiatrists and evaluators were very interested in Galans' case. An analysis of his behavior long after his murders indicated that joining the army made Galans feel important. However, he felt that he hadn't proven himself enough when he was sent back to clean up an oil spill without ever having used a gun in war. Okay. He was, the psychiatrist concluded, disappointed with where his life went. He felt discarded, no pun intended, by the world as he felt that he felt discarded by the world as he felt that society had mistreated him from a young age, throughout his time in the army and then to his current life. This led him to the notion of punishing society by targeting random people. During the course of the killings, he was starting to gain the attention that he wanted and lived for a goal. The goal was to be a killer with a label, something that would make him feel more significant. He did indeed make a name for himself, as he is still known as Spain's playing card killer. Episode 46 is in the book, ladies and gentlemen. Again, my name is Nate Chacon III. This is Short Story Bingo. If this is your first time, welcome. If this is your second time, the retention program is working. Thank you so much for running through that with us. My esteemed co-host, Jazz, thank you so much for being here with me on this one.
Man, I couldn't be more impressed with your pronunciation of the Spanish names, bro. You did and hey, that Cuban accent is
nailed it.
Second to none, man.
Also nailed it.
Thank you for having me, bro. I look forward to many more episodes.
We're gonna do one that's not a serial killer. We're gonna do a regular ass story. That'll be fun too.
I hope in the next episode I can make it as good as that episode with the across the building when they're seeing the figure in the window.
Oh, with Rhyme Time.
Oh my good lord, that was hilarious.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good one. Go check that one out, by the way. I think it's like episode 25 or something like that. Yeah, with Rhyme Time. I don't remember the name off the top of my head.
But yeah, well, we gotta do this again, bro.
For sure. Man, we just went through a lot of conversation on the serial killer thing. Like, that just really bogs my mind. With that being said, I'm going to put a bow on this, and we're going to throw it away really quick. But before we do throw it away, make sure to check out the Instagram at Short Story Bingo. Also on Facebook you can put the @ sign in the search at Short Story Bingo as well. That's still being constructed and put into the best platform it can be. And if you have any stories that you'd like for me to read, or even, you know what, I'm expanding it out to chapters of books. Please send them to shortstorybingo@gmail.com. There is a spin-off coming soon, and I want to say the name, but I can't yet. Just know that it's going to be very comedic and it's going to be very fun, but it's also going to be on the same network as Short Story Bingo is, so shortstorybingo.podbean.com. There's going to be another show that I'm going to be starting up. Probably going to have 3 shows total, but this next show might have to do with... oh goodness, just might be some like It has to do with like reviews. So that's where I'll leave it. And it's going to be fun. So it's going to be super fun. And that I'm hoping to have that show started within the next 4 weeks. So within a month from now, you're going to be hearing the first show of bop, 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 blop, 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 blop. And I'll say the name 1 week before it's announced. So in the next 3 weeks, keep tuning in, and I'll keep dropping hints on what the new show is going to be. It's going to be really fun. We're going to have some fun hosts, a guest host along with myself. So with that being said, episode 46, Short Story Bingo, bows put onto it. Alfredo Galans. Peace to the victims. That's unfortunate, and their families. And
Mr. Magda.
Yeah, never want to. I don't ever take solace in making fun of them. Just very difficult situation for them.
I would hate if somebody pulled my card and
oh my God.
Didn't show me the respect I deserve. So
at all. So having said that, Jazz, yo man, I want to give my audience an idea of who you are a little bit, and what Below the Flow is doing. I know that you make your own music, so on and so forth. Let's start with this. As of right now, September 6th, 2018, I know you have some projects going on, and I know you have some ventures that you're doing. Can you give us an idea of where you're at? Spare the links right now. We'll do that right at the end. But Definitely. What you're doing, what are you doing? What are you doing, and why are you doing it? Right
now, we're focusing on the second season of Below the Flow. I had to take a summer break. I had a little trip to Mill Hollow. I had to take a few months off. So Below the Flow took a little pause. But now we're right back in effect. Once football season starts, we get back right into it. So we're looking at Below the Flow Season 2. And by the way, for those that aren't familiar, Below the Flow is a podcast focused on hip-hop, something Nate and I connected on when we were a little bit younger and continue to connect on. It's definitely, we're both MCs. I'm a producer, and our podcast, Below the Flow, focuses on hip-hop. We take an album every week. We review it. We discuss it. My name is Jazz, in case I haven't said that recently. My name is Jazz. We got my boy Bora and my guy Identities. We discuss hip-hop albums we review. And we're talking everything from classic hip-hop to current. And we play games, we have fun, we joke around, and we're focused on season 2 of that. Outside of that, man, I'm a little outside of the music game, but I've been working on my own personal projects, and I've got some stuff coming soon. And I hear that yourself and Identities hopefully are working on maybe a little bit of music yourselves, right?
Yeah, we are.
I hope
yes, we are. I'm just going to leave it there. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just leave it there.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So, with Below the Flow, do you think like how you guys have been approaching the albums have been genuine to the albums and genuine to the artists that have been putting in it and the producers that have been putting in, or? And I'm saying this because the audience that I'm projecting to and broadcasting to give honest reviews on these albums. I know that our episode, I did my best, and I know that you all did your best. And from the episodes that I've listened to, I can answer my own question with this, but I want your personal opinion on what your approach is for each album review.
That's an important question asked in the perspective of our podcast, because the most valuable thing about our podcast is that each of our individual selves shares our passionate opinion separately. We don't have a collective opinion. We at the end of the episode, we rate the album, and we've got a little rating scale that we've got going on. But I think to answer your question, it is really important for us to review the album from our own perspectives and share that perspective. So for me, I kind of take a perspective from a producer and an MC, because as long as I've made music, I've kind of been both, right?
Right.
I also have Bora on the cast with us, who's simply a producer, and he'll even tell you he doesn't listen to lyrics, so he has a unique perspective of his own. And we've got Identities, who's an MC strictly. He doesn't produce.
Yep.
So I think to respond to your question, you get a balanced response to each album that we review, because myself, as an engineer, a producer, and an MC, has a unique perspective. Bora's got a unique perspective as a producer, and also Identities has a unique perspective. And all of us have a little bit different tastes. So there's sometimes a clash and sometimes a vibe of opinion together. And, we're a little older. So, we are familiar with the older stuff, and we also appreciate a lot of the newer stuff. So I think to respond to your question, you get a balanced review of the albums.
Nice. Perfect. And that's what I felt when I was on the episode, because I know I thought that I was doing like a fucking book review, like it was an assignment, and I took it as serious as possible, and you guys did the fucking same thing, and so that was really refreshing to me about how serious you guys took that.
We were vibing too, bro. That episode, we definitely caught a vibe.
Well, also because as whatever I brought to the table, you know what I'm saying? Because I happen to be your guys' guest, you're like, well, what's Nate going to bring to the table or whatever. I'm glad that we were able to vibe and, work off of all of our tastes and interests, and it just continued to flow, as it were. With your music, where do you do you have a site for your music and so on and so forth? Or I know from what, so I asked that because and I'm just talking to you across the table at this point. I know how talented you are. We've rocked a show together. Are you exploring how to create music a little bit more, even if it's just for your connects and contacts and so on and so forth? And how is that moving forward?
The answer to that question is yes. I'm always exploring different musical vibes and ways of creating music. Am I putting it out there? Currently, no.
Okay.
I mean, I'll just leave it at that. I've got some things that I'm working on with, I don't know.
With me, I know that we're supposed to have
right? 3
songs done already.
Right.
So, I only asked that. I don't mean to put you on the spot super hard like that, but I just wanted to make sure that folks definitely integrated and understand that Jazz here is beyond being an awesome guest on Short Story Bingo, is also a producer who makes incredible beats and a songwriter who can make an incredible song.
I appreciate that, man, because I don't advertise myself as such.
Sure.
I'm more of, and always have been, somebody behind the scenes that doesn't necessarily put his name on things.
Yeah, well, with a beautiful voice like yours that comes across in a radio platform, you do fucking excellent, sir. Yeah, you made the cut, sir. You made the cut. Jazz, it's been a pleasure, man. It's been a pleasure. Is there anything that you want to leave these folks with? Just hit them with some more tags, hit them with some more links and contacts so that folks can get in contact with you after hearing this fucking dope ass episode.
Of course, check us out at BELOtheflo.com. That's same Instagram and Twitter. Get at us. Send us some messages. Let's chat a little bit. Follow us. Listen. Check us out.
Bomb. Episode 46 is in the books. My name is Nate Chacon III. The song that we're going to close out with is the song that I made last week in lieu of episode 46, because it was my birthday last Monday. So say happy birthday to me. All right? I appreciate that shit. Short Story Bingo. Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday Dear Nate.
My birthday was last week too, so.
Was it? Which day? Which day was it?
24th.
The 24th?
Well, a week and a half.
Of August. Okay. So happy birthday to you too, Jess. All right. Anyway, so yeah, I released a song that was a quick freestyle to Get the Strap that was released by 50 Cent, Uncle Murda, and Tekashi 69. But yeah, that's the song that's going to be playing after the end of this. So you can check that out on my SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/synchronice, which is SYNCRONICE. So then, hope you guys had fun. I know I did. Jazz, did you have fun?
I had a lot of fun. You're
Good.
funny. You're a funny man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Alfredo Galan, fuck you.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Episode 46 in the books. Short story bingo. Peace out. Dun dun. Spare fingers. Cheers. Yeah. We'll make this quick. In and out. You know what I'm saying?
We vibing.
Let's spar. Huh? Yeah. Let's spar. Gabino, Grhymes. Yo, the fuck I care. I breathe air with a hooligan stare. Speak King's English when needed, but jive when business prepares. Isn't this fair? I think nada. Keep vibing. Darth Vathered. Blaze Rockets, Lillard and Harden. I'm hired. Higher than a soul lift. Coach tips approach fists with ease. Full fists we squeeze. More clips they breeze. Through hands Drew Brees. Poor man's he bleeds. More cans to seize. I'm cooking, Cause a riot with these armoire bars. Armed with scars. Throw farther Uncle Rico star. Ring those hard. Bricks flip back to the park. Salute stripes and stars. Go Cap, get ours. Kneel. Armstrong with the moon in sight. Behoove yourself. Bring Uzis with the tools to write. Move in the coop. Oozing out the brain with news to cite. The who's who are who's with the Grinch's plight. I'm mad, but don't let that distract no fad. JJ would be sad. Supersonic, Seattle fans. Gabino, Grhymes, these feeble guys can't see the prize. Different size, giant the Andre with peeled eyes. Key and Peel type of signs, I'm fine. Grow a spine, feed us bitches, it's Valentine's Day aligned. Massacres happen, what's cracking, we blasting. If you not, quit asking. These flesh rippers, no patches, Adams. Family united, truly inspired. Squealing out tires down State Street, feeling the fire. In the cold I perspire, that's not even a bar. It's just a Yeti, no time to retire, I'm that far. Let's spar.
We here.
Yeah, let's spar.
We here.
Yeah, let's spar. Yeah, let's spar.
We here.
Gabino, Grhymes, yeah, let's spar. I'm that far.
In the building.
I'm that far.
In the building.
Yeah, I'm that far.
We here.
I'm that, yeah. What's cracking? We blasting. If not, yeah. Let's spar. Let's spar.